What's up, guys? This is Sam. I just wanted to make a quick video about how to market your videos on YouTube for free. How to get some attention to your videos, right? And this is live coming to you right now. I'll update my view here so you get to see this is my channel. This is a video that I released this morning. Today is 9/25/2019. At 11:10 p.m. You can see that's why there's nothing in their last 48 hours in that first half of the 48 hours because I just released this video. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you what I do for my marketing, and then get into what I'm just learning now, and talk about this increase right here, right? This was a spike up in the rate of growth, right? The trajectory similar to down here, but actually it looks even more steep, and how I was able to achieve that. And this is not the first time I'm noticing this. This is just the first time I'm putting this together. Okay, so after I make a video, what I will do is, and I don't do this every time at all, I probably do this one out of maybe once a week, or once every 10 days or something like that, and I'm working at getting better and more consistent at it. But what I will do is, after I make a video, I will go to my Medium site, which is a blogging platform, and I'll write like a little article about it, and it's just basically paraphrasing, or like the first thoughts that come to my head when the first video starts playing. I'll just like write some shit down, and that's my blog post, right? And then I like to copy that, and remember there's a link back to YouTube from there. I copy that and I'll post that on LinkedIn, but I might change the title and a little bit of the verbiage to be more, have a business essence to it, right? Because it's on LinkedIn, people are probably slightly more professional thinking hat on while they're on LinkedIn, right? So I do that, and then I would just post one of those versions. Generally, the more refined it is the one from LinkedIn, because I wrote it and I don't even slightly edit it for the blog, and then I just take that now on LinkedIn, because I'm focusing on making it maybe a little bit more business. I actually put some more thought into it, and it comes out even better. So generally I just take what I put on Instagram and I'll put that up on Facebook. And then, say for this video, right, this video is the Iowa State primaries, right? So for this video, I'm in 2 political groups on Facebook. So I share the video on my personal page. I share the video on my like Stolt page, right? By the way, all these links are in the description. And then from there, what I'll do, I share it in each one of those groups. So I think I'm in one group, and then my page is in one group or something. So I'm not fully understanding Facebook yet as much as I am YouTube, but I will continue to update these as I learn more, come up with these little bits of insight. And also, just look down here at the bottom, right? Again, just look at this giant spike. That's what we're going to get to, right? I was at 68. It was trending up just a little bit, and then we had this giant spike here last hour. So that's what we're about to get to. After Facebook, what I'll do, generally speaking, we'll go to Twitter, and I'll try to write something. I'll generally mostly copy the title of the video, honestly, and then put a link in there, maybe try to add a tiny bit more and a couple hashtags, and then I will tweet that. And then lately what I've been doing, which is, I believe, even more effective, is doing the same thing for Twitter, so tweeting it, but then jumping into, so then thinking about like a thoughtful comment that's pretty generic, but pretty specific, relating to what your video is about, right? So it works in the specific niche, right? So if this is a political video, right, and I put Andrew Yang in the title of it, so what I'll do is I'll like search maybe Andrew Yang on Twitter, and then I'll jump into the comment section. I'll leave these comments that are thoughtful comments, but then also relating to my video, and be like, hey, and this is what's talked about in this video, kind of thing. Much more casually, like, than, hey, go watch my video. Hey, your video is good, go check mine out. Like, none of that at all, just leaving actual thoughtful comments that are related to that content and related to my content. and I'll do that over on Twitter for this. And maybe if I mention 2 people in the title, I'll search for both of their names on Twitter and then change what I say to be relevant to that group. And then I'll say something in their comment section. So then I will, let's see, sometimes I'll post to Instagram. So I'll take a screenshot of it and I will post it on Instagram stories and update the link in my Instagram to send people back to. So I generally try to do that on Instagram at least once per day. And the actual Instagram has increased from the external sources of traffic to be in the top 10 external sources of traffic to YouTube. So it's clearly working. I haven't dove more into the numbers on that, but it is definitely working. And then that would be, let's think about this. I think that's about it. So we've got Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Don't use Snapchat a terrible ton. And I got LinkedIn there, and then I got the blog in there. And then that would be about it. That would be all I do. But just recently, I discovered what we're about to dive into now. And I see this happening on other platforms, and I'm not sure if that's where the idea came from. But I was like, let's go leave a thoughtful comment on YouTube videos that are relating to my content. Let's see if that works to drive traffic back to my channel. And that's exactly what I'll do. The same thing that I'm doing on Twitter, I'll do on Facebook. I'm sorry. The same thing that I'm doing on Twitter and similar to what I'm doing on Facebook, I'm doing on YouTube, and it is extremely effective. I did it for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and that is where this giant spike of increase in growth comes from. Like, I see people doing this on Instagram, right? Like, they'll get into my comments, and not as much. I think Instagram changed something with the algorithm, but previously I would get these comments all the time when you'd post, like, hey, you go check out my fucking cool photo. Go check out my channel. Go check out blah, blah, blah. And I would see this fairly often on Instagram. And then, I don't know if that, like, kind of triggered it or what I was doing on Twitter triggered it, but it gave me the idea to try it on YouTube, and it is extremely, extremely effective. Like, look at the results down here for this video, right? Like, more than a doubling for 15 minutes worth of work, and that probably puts it on a completely different trajectory. I'm going to show you another video that I just did, this one here. So that like 15 to 25 minutes that I spent on marketing these videos after I released them, right? Like, because I don't always... I release them, I might schedule them to release, but I'm not like actually at the computer at that time, so then like I'm going to be at the computer later, and then I will do some of this marketing. Okay, so let's take a look at this video. So this is the power rankings that we have going on, and like, first of all, what's kind of interesting about this video is that so this is a timeline, right, since it's been out. This one has been out a little bit less. It was released at 7:30 on the 23rd, so today's the 25th. It will be 48 hours tomorrow morning, and you can see that over this period here that I'm scrolling through, the growth rate, oops, just basically over this last little bit here, the growth rate actually has been increasing. It's much more prevalent in the other one, or it's easier to see if you come down here. 185 views between the hours of 10 and 11, and that's when I was doing that. So it's super fucking effective. I'm not sure why I've never thought of this before, but it is extremely, extremely effective at how much of an impact it is. And that also leads me to, now look at this. So this is on the whole channel. During that time, I got 405 views in that 1 hour. That is the most I've ever had in 1 hour. Like, that's incredible. Anyways, so a couple things on this. First, this is extremely effective. Extremely effective. I have no idea how other people are not doing this to grow their channel, but it is very, very effective. I just showed you the results. My other thoughts is that in the niche of politics, and even more specifically the narrow niche of these individual Democratic candidates, it is uber successful, and at the same time, no one else is doing it. Like this, I'm telling you guys this so you can do this on your channels if you have a channel, if you're watching this. But it is extremely effective. Try some of these ideas, and getting involved in that community, it is extremely effective. To go through and lay out some of these little things. And I think that one of the things that I wanted to get across by actually creating this channel is that you can make progress and you can succeed or grow something without like being mean or doing the wrong thing. And I just wanted to illustrate one of the things that like I come across or that I learned or build this intuition to such a point that you notice these things by like learning and just doing this every day. And I wanted to just tell everybody about it. So if you guys like this video, share it with somebody else. Like if you know somebody else who creates videos, share this with them. Like if they have a YouTube channel and they would get some type of insight or value from this, maybe share this with them. It can also be applied to other platforms that I'm actually going to start testing this out to work on growing my Instagram. By the way, Instagram, link in the description, Twitter, and Facebook, because I've never really dove into those to try to understand how to gain more awareness for myself on these other platforms. So I think I'm going to take some of the learnings from YouTube to understand how to do the same thing on these other platforms, to have all of them firing at the same time, because then it's just going to work towards, right now all this traffic I'm trying to drive back towards one source, but when they're all linked up, harmony, like working in harmony, essentially, I'll be able to drive traffic around to all of them in a very much more effective way wherever I want, and continue to grow at a faster rate overall. Because right now, basically, my YouTube is growing substantially, as you can see by the numbers up there, but my Instagram is growing like very slowly. My Facebook's growing very slowly. My Twitter it actually got deleted. Somebody like hacked into it, I think, and then they said I was posting spam or something, and I like never use Twitter unless like me commenting on other people's is considered spam. Then that's, I guess, a consequence. Don't do it on Twitter if that's the case. I don't know. They didn't get back to me. I tried to appeal it and then did not use Twitter. They gave it back to me, and then they got suspended again, and I did not use it, and that is actually why I thought it was somebody hacked in there, because the first time I was like, oh, that was probably me. Like, I fucking probably should not have commented the same thing in so many people's things. I should have changed up what I was commenting partway through, because there's bots that do those kind of things, and I don't want to come across as a bot, so I should have changed it up partway through. That's what I was initially thinking. But then I got it back, and then they said it got taken down again, and I hadn't used it for anything at all during the time period. It was a 2 to 3 day period where I had not used Twitter at all, and I still got banned for the same exact thing. Then it led me to believe that somebody else was doing something, or somebody else had somehow gotten into my account. But anyways, on a tangent, if you like this type of content, make sure you press that subscribe button below and that little bell notification so that YouTube can notify you every time I post a new video. I appreciate you, and peace. Also, by the way, I want to know what your thoughts are down below. Peace.